Well, welcome. I want to thank you all for joining us here this evening at our Health Talk. And we're going to be talking about health and wealth solutions this evening. My name is Nada St. Germain. And, my story goes back 35 years ago. Some of you know my story, but there's some new people on this evening. I like to share a little bit about where I've come from. I was working as a police officer right downtown Toronto. I was under a lot of stress, but also I was in my 20s and I was very naive. I really thought that my police career was, something that I wanted to do for the rest of my life. But after working a few years of shift work, I realized that it wasn't really my true passion. But I just thought, what else? There wasn't anything else. I didn't know what else to do. I didn't have any education. I didn't go to university or college, and I was kind of stuck at my job. But right around that same time, my mom was really ill. She was struggling with a lot of pain. And back then, they were not diagnosing fibromyalgia. They told her it was all in her head. She also started to develop some arthritis in her fingers and her toes. She was in her 40s and I was in my 20s, and I was starting to get some of those symptoms. Now, for me, it was more arthritis in my knees and then also allergies. I was using antihistamines pretty much year round. And I even slept with Kleenex on my nose, which really isn't all that pretty, but it was the only way that I can get some rest. But a neighbor and a dear friend shared the Neolife supplements with me. And initially I said no, I didn't believe in supplements because I was watching my mom take stuff for a few years with no results. But I got really curious because I watched my neighbor Flo start taking the products for her energy, and she got results. And that's when I thought, well, maybe there's something different. So I had somebody come to my home and share the Neolife difference with my family and my friends. And I had my sisters, my aunts, I had a couple of people gather. And I just said, look, I don't know anything about this. I said, it is a direct selling company. I'm not too crazy about this, but I'd like just to come to get your opinion because I really, really was skeptical. I was so impressed with the way the gentleman talked about our food and why I might be having some of these challenges. And we just decided to try the products. And I'm so grateful that we did. My mom is in her late 70s, pain free, 35 years later. I feel younger in my late 50s than I did when I was in my 20s and 30s. I work out every day, no more joint pain. The product saved my son's life, Jack. Some of you know his journey with his brain injury. And the stories that have developed over the last 35 years have made me extremely passionate about what I do and who we are as a company. And I'm so grateful that I'm here to help you understand the Neolife difference because that's what really sets us apart are some of the differences that we have as a company. So I'm hoping that this will give you a better picture and a clearer picture of who we are and what we do. So we are a worldwide nutrition company. We're operating in over 50 countries around the world and in business since 1958, trusted by millions of satisfied customers and business partners. And the mission and the goal is to really end the trend of chronic disease, so poor wellness, and also financial struggles. And, when I first saw this operating in 50 countries, I really didn't understand the scope of this and now watching my business expand into Africa and Australia and the Philippines and Trinidad, all by people here that knew people in those countries, I'm getting more and more excited about expanding into several countries all over the world. And the beauty of this is there's somebody there to support those people in all of those countries. So that's kind of cool. So let's talk a little bit about, hang on a second here. Our founder, Jerry Brassfield. You know, he was sick as a young man, as a boy, actually, very, very sick. He almost died of severe asthma. And his mom decided to do some research and found that cod liver oil was something that would help him. And it did. It really made a difference in the way he was breathing. And as he grew up, he realized that, we all have the power to take control of our health. But he had a vision, a huge vision, to offer the best nutrition supplements in the world and to give everyone the power to live healthier and happier lives and give everyone the opportunity to earn unlimited income and long term stability. His heart is massive. I just hung out with him in Hawaii at his penthouse. He got some of the top leaders together just to share, and he's such a humble man. And I'm so blessed and so grateful that he spends time with us. So as you grow your business and grow your teams, you get to hang out with people like Jerry Brassfield. And he was on a mission to develop superior products that are based in nature and backed by science. This was really important for me because the products are created by doctors and scientists based on whole food, cellular nutrition, non GMO, and full traceability. What that means is you see the tomatoes and the strawberries and the carrots that are on that Pro Vitality box. Neolife can trace right back to the original seed stock to when that seed was planted, when the tomato was grown and harvested, when the nutrients were extracted, right back to the original seed stock. Okay, really powerful. And non GMO, which is so important. We also have products that are clinically proven in human clinical studies, and we're going to be talking about some of those. And we also have a pharmaceutical license for manufacturing. So, what does that mean? It doesn't mean we're drugs, but we're regulated like drugs. And that's why we've never had a recall in 65 years, which is so important. I don't know if you've noticed lately, but there's a lot of companies that are in trouble right now. A lot of products are being pulled off the shelf. And that's why we're so grateful and so blessed that Neolife will not take the word of the supplier. They test and retest and retest until they give you the final product. And that's why we've never had a recall in 65 years. And our scientific advisory board, they're world-renowned scientists and nutrition experts. They're active, they're published, and they're very well respected. And Dr. Arthur First was the founding member of our scientific advisory board. Now, he was one of the top cancer researchers in the world, top toxicologist in the world. His bronze bust is on display in London, England at the Hall of Wisdom. He wrote the Clean Water Act for the United States of America, guys. Like I tell you, he's world renowned. And the reason why he chose to dedicate his life, the rest of his career with Neolife, is he knew that there was big gaps in our diet. And he put together some of the most respected top scientists. But what's really interesting is he founded the Stanford Cancer Chemotherapy Laboratory. He was credited with being the founder of chemotherapy. He led the Neolife Scientific Advisory Board for 25 years. He does have his PhD in chemistry from Stanford, a doctor of science from the University of San Francisco, a diplomat of the Academy of Toxicological Sciences. This is a distinction held by fewer than 100 scientists around the world. Okay, there's a whole website dedicated to him. If you want science, I can lead you in that direction. Incredible, the research and the publications. But what's really fun is we hung out with Dr. First when he was around. He used to come to Toronto, and when we used to travel to some of the other events, he would hang out with us. And, what was really neat is his whole heart was to impact people's lives and to help people understand that food and nutrition play such a key role in how we age and how we need to make sure we're eating enough of the proper foods, especially your dark colored fruits and vegetables. But he knew we weren't eating enough. And that's why he dedicated the rest of his life to finding ways to get these nutrients in a supplement form to fill the gap as to what's missing, not replace, fill the gap as to what's missing in our diet. And some of you know Mary Ellen. Mary Ellen is one of my holistic nutritionists. She's the other nice blonde in this picture. So yeah, we got to meet Dr. Arthur First. But let's talk about our grains and why we need to supplement and what's missing in our food. Our grains are no longer whole. They're milled and they're processed. And this is a study that came out of Lancet, and it was done in over 190 countries. And they found it's what we aren't eating is what's actually killing us. We're not eating enough grains, fruit, nuts and seeds, low omega-3, and low vegetables. These are some of the greatest deficiencies around the world. Now, remember, years ago, they used to grow wheat, grind wheat, make flour, make bread. And back then, like I'm going back like 70 years ago, our grains were whole. The nutrients were there. It's not the same grain that we're eating today. Now, what's wrong also? Not only are they milling our grains, they're now genetically modified. Do you know how many people today have sensitivities to wheat and gluten and tolerances? It's unfortunately what man has done to wheat. We call it the great grain robbery because of mass production, milling of our grains. They remove all these critical oils, the germ, 22 important nutrients are gone, and we're left with this kind of white flour, protein, gluten, and they call it enriched flour, and they add synthetic nutrients back in again, which is in the same grain, okay, that we should be consuming every day. So that's where Tran comes in. This is a product that Neolife launched in 1958. This product is 65 years old. This is the first thing I started taking to help to balance my hormones and just to give me more energy. My hormones were so out of whack, it was crazy. And the Tran, it supplies these lipids and sterols that are missing from our diet. Proven that when Tran is present in the diet, overall growth and development, nutrient absorption efficiency, and cardiovascular development improve. And Texas A&M University, they did a huge study, a multi-million-dollar study using Tran, and they proved that your cells will absorb nutrients from your diet 50% more. So when you have people say, I have a really good diet, but, right, I have a really good diet, but, boy, when you start introducing Tran, the difference in how they feel is incredible. Again, just could you imagine just adding this and all of a sudden the nutrients start working better in through that cell membrane? Every single cell works like that cell on the right. Nutrients are trying to get in and waste is trying to get out. Because you don't have these granules in our diet, your cells look like the cells on the left. They're leathery, sticky, and all of the nutrients can get in and all of the waste can get out. And Jeannie Aldridge, she is the first customer. Her husband bought the first bottle of Tran in 1958. I met Jeannie. The first time I met her, she was on the dance floor all night dancing. When I heard her story, and I remember when she ran up to me and she grabbed my cheek and she said, "You got to get more young people on Tran grain concentrate." Jeannie was crippled with rheumatoid arthritis as a very young mom. And Tran is what really helped to get her life back. And she said, just by getting her cells working better, that's all Tran does. Another clinically proven product is our carotenoid complex. So 90% of us don't eat the recommended 5 to 13 servings of fruits and veggies every single day. This carotenoid complex, one bottle, is equivalent to consuming 250 pounds of raw fruits and veggies in every bottle. Even just taking carotenoids, it was clinically proven to boost your immune system 37% in 20 days. This is what helped me with my immune system, my allergies. I had cat allergies. I had environmental allergies. My sister has a cat and she hangs out with me now. I could not be in a house with a cat for more than 10 minutes 35 years ago. This really helped me with my immune system. Now, let's talk about fish oil. The number one counterfeit nutritional supplement, do you know what it is? Fish oil. They are making and creating fake fish oils. That's really scary. Our Salmon Oil Plus is the world's finest, purest potency fish oil, complete with standardized amounts of 8 omega-3s, has been clinically tested in humans, and results were published in the world's most prestigious scientific journals. This is a product that really helped my mom with her joints and her fibromyalgia. This helped me with my joint pain and also hormones. Fish oil plays a really critical role. Now, it was clinically proven to be bioavailable. So it's simulated into the cell membrane. A lot of fish oils, they just don't absorb properly. Helps with your heart, so cardioprotective. But my favorite, it lowers the inflammatory index 68% in just 8 weeks. It's the only omega-3 that has all 8 omega-3s. This is why when I talk to people and they say, I take fish oil, I still get headaches. Or I still have a lot of pain, joint pain. Well, this is what really helped my mom. Her fingers are straight, her toes are straight, and she's been able to manage her fibromyalgia, like I said, for over 35 years. This is one of my favorites because this is the product that really helped save my son's life. Because of his brain injury, even the brain surgeon approved this product. And his recovery, they told me 6-month recovery. He was home in 6 weeks. And I know by reducing inflammation, it just helped his recovery a third of the time faster, which is so awesome. Now, also, a lot of fish oil is out there right on the label. It says, don't take if you're pregnant. And that's kind of scary because pregnant women need omega-3 fish oil. Well, the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, they recommended the Neolife salmon oil as being safe for pregnant moms because it's tested for 200 contaminants. And Neolife has a zero tolerance factor. So we're not just certified organic. I don't know if you know this, but the organic industry has an allowance of pesticides and herbicides. Neolife has a zero tolerance factor. If there's any detection, they will not use the supplier. And that's really important. So let's talk about filling the gap. So we talked about the grain oil. We talked about the carotenoids. We talked about the omega-3 salmon oil. Well, this is a Pro Vitality pack. It's a box of vitamins that has these ingredients all in a convenient pack with a multivitamin. So have your Tran, carotenoid, salmon, and a multi, all in a convenient pack, and it is a month's supply. When you add the Pro Vitality to our protein shake, which is also clinically proven, we call this a breakfast solution. Now, the Neolife shake, yes, it's for weight loss. It helps to reduce body fat and body size. It's also great for your heart and lowers your body mass index, but it's really important for regulating blood sugar. Do you know how many people are walking around as pre-diabetics? A lot. And also our kids, what are our kids eating for breakfast? What are they consuming first thing in the morning? Usually it's a carbohydrate or sugar cereal or bagels or muffins or nothing. Well, the Neolife shake, again, clinically proven to minimize fat storage and increases fat burning. It includes the muscle building, the branched chain amino acids, right, which are muscle building and retaining. And that's so important because as we get older, we lose lean muscle mass. And this also has that gut-brain satiety signaling. So the message from the brain to the gut, it really is a very satisfying breakfast. I've been drinking this every day for 35 years, and I know it's really helped me just regulate my body fat, maintain my body fat, and just feel really good. But what's really nice is my kids grew up on this product and they've had this every single day, even when they were babies in a sippy cup, because there's nothing artificial. It is completely natural, all 22 amino acids. It is a complete protein, has some fiber, vitamins and minerals, whole food antioxidants. And when you add it to the Vitality Pack, again, we call this a breakfast solution. Fabulous way to start your morning. And then if you're looking at losing, a bit more weight, we've had people lose weight on the breakfast solution. Okay. But if you have 50 pounds, 100 pounds, maybe you're looking at like a more of aggressive weight loss journey. Well, our weight loss pack, Shape Up Pack, is amazing because you're replacing 2 meals. And we call it a proven 33 system because you start with a 3-day detox. This detox is amazing. I love it because you eat. You're not going and doing just liquid. You're eating a lot of fruits and veggies, and then you go into our weight loss journey. And the success stories we've had, there's a lot of systems out there that work. You could lose weight on many systems. The challenge is a lot of people put the weight back on. Okay. Whereas this is a healthy lifestyle. You're making some changes, your better food choices. And when you look at Gabriella's story, I mean, she's kept the weight off. That's what's really, really powerful. And even Solomon, he was a police officer. And, when he started to lose weight and he loved the flavor of the protein shakes, he lost 66 pounds and 4 pant sizes. And then when you look at Dakota, right, 40 pounds and 3 pant sizes. And this is a really awesome story. I mean, look at Cheryl. I mean, they were recommending gastric bypass surgery, which a lot of women are resorting to because they want that quick fix. But look how amazing she is. And you know what? She felt so much better that she was back to playing softball on one of the most competitive co-ed teams in Illinois. So these are the kind of stories that we have. And sometimes it's not just about losing weight. How about just improving fitness or getting active? Developing a habit where, because exercise is so important for circulation. So with the NeoFit 90, you determine your goal and the Neolife products to help you achieve it. So whatever products you feel you need for support, you can take this along your journey in the NeoFit 90. So I'm going to give you an example. Shelly is a dear friend of mine, and when I met Shelly, she had to wear braces on her knees, and she was having her knee scoped, and she wanted to stay active as into her retirement, and she got on the supplements. This girl, my gosh, she cycles, she skis, she kayaks. We did a mountain biking in Arizona on fat wheel biking in the mountains. This girl is in so much shape. She even broke her leg a few years ago, and she was worried that she wouldn't be able to get back into full fitness. She did the year challenge, and she's still cycling and doing all these amazing activities in her 60s. So sometimes just being fit, staying active could be one of your goals. And that's where Neolife can help to support some of your fitness goals that you might have. Now, I'm excited to talk a little bit about a new product that we just launched in July in Texas at our summit. It is an energy drink. Now, I've never had an energy drink, ever. So because they scared me, especially when I heard about the sugar content and what's in some of the energy drinks. But when I found out what people were spending and how many energy drinks some people were taking, it kind of scared me. So when our doctors and our scientists launched Elevate at our summit, I couldn't wait to share this with my kids, especially my younger son, who's a musician. You know what he said to me? He goes, Mom, I'm breaking off with my coffee. He finds that this product helps with his mood, mental clarity, stability, focus, all while hydrating the body. And it tastes absolutely amazing. So that's a new energy drink. And I'm just going to, one little sneak, they are developing another flavors. There'll be another option in flavors for those of you that really like the Elevate. Others don't even come close. When you look at what other competitors are putting into their energy drinks or what's not in them, and some of you might have heard a little bit about one of the most popular products right now that a lot of athletes were taking. They're in big trouble right now. I don't want to name the product, but there's some companies out there that if they don't test on a regular basis, eventually you're going to find things in there that shouldn't be there. So this is really important. Neolife tests and retests continually. That's really important. And we can't forget about our kids, our grandkids. So we have a liquid vitamin for babies that contains those essential grain oils. My kids grew up on the liquid when they were babies, and then they would go to the Vita Squares and the Vita Guard. Nothing artificial. All natural for kids, which is so important, but again, contains those lipids. And the salmon oil. We have Rachel that's on right now. She says her son chews the salmon oil. And I've had moms tell me that. It's like, whoa, that's pretty awesome. If you can introduce them at a young age, so powerful. And then we also have our protein shake, which tastes absolutely fantastic. But again, safe for kids, safe for babies, because there's nothing artificial and so important for brain function. And again, regulating blood sugar. So some of you are probably wondering, well, how do I get a hold of these products? Well, it's free to become a member of the Neolife Club. If you just want to try the products, become a member. As soon as you become a member, it automatically gives you a 10% discount. If you go on NeoShift, you get a 20% discount. So it doubles your savings. So for example, the vitamins, the breakfast solution, or the weight loss solution is a month's supply. So even if you just try it for a month or two, it's definitely worth getting that 20% savings. You also can get all your shipping back in 6 months for being a loyal customer as well. Now, at the promoter level, I don't know where you can start a business in Canada for as little as $98. I don't know. Anyways, incredible income opportunity when you do become a promoter, and in the US, $75. And that gives you a 25% discount on your orders. And you're in business for yourself, but never by yourself. We work together as a team. We support each other, and we're there to help you every step of the way. And you have full access to rewarding, the compensation plan, travel incentives, car bonuses. Everything is a part of this amazing system when you become a promoter. And, whether you're just looking for a little extra money part-time, for me, I was looking for tax savings initially. I wasn't really thinking of me quitting my job. But after building a business and a couple of years had gone by, I realized that it was something that I wanted. I wanted more time freedom. And I wanted to be my own boss. I did not want to work the long hours anymore. So it really just depends on where you are in your life, or maybe you're in a position where your job might not be there down the road, or you've been downsized, like some of us that are on here this evening, like my dear friend Cindy. Cindy had built a part-time business as a single mom, and then when she was downsized, she was so grateful that she had Neolife to fall back on. And that's what this kind of business can do, with low risk and a huge upside. And again, everything is there for you. The company helps you every step of the way. So it really is about you. If you're just looking at wellness, whether it be energy, whether it be balancing hormones, better health for your kids, environmental cleaning products. We're one of the first companies to go green in 1958, or looking for an organic skincare, where we have a 90-day money back guarantee. Your skin will feel younger, softer. It is absolutely incredible. It's all sea based, and it's all hand harvested out of Brittany, France. So if you're just looking at wellness, you can join us as a member for free. If you're curious about the income, earning a little money, $200, $500, $1,000 a month, or creating that, that legacy, where you're creating the time freedom and you can pass this business down to your children. Incredible what you can do with an income from Neolife, And the most dangerous risk of all is a risk of spending your life not doing what you want, on the bet that you can buy yourself the freedom to do it later. Time freedom was so important for me. My boys grew up with us being at home. We had the time freedom and the flexibility. We lived where we wanted to live. But more importantly, I loved hanging out with my boys when they were in their teens, football, basketball. I lived at the basketball courts, on the football field. That was my passion, because I played a lot of sports growing up, and I was so grateful that I was able to be in that journey with my boys. And now they're 23 and 25 and very independent. And I look back and I just knew I could not take or get those years back if I didn't spend that time with them. So time freedom to me was the number one priority. So if you're just, looking at, again, increased immunity, energy, weight loss, looking for cleaner cleaning products, and again, better sleep, or if you're thinking about that little extra money on the side where you have that time freedom and the debt freedom and financial freedom, we're here to help and support your needs. So the solutions: Vitality Pack, the breakfast solution, weight loss solution. Again, just depends where you are in your health journey. We will help you and guide you. If you're just looking at using the products, become a member. If you're thinking about that income opportunity, just take a look, and just remember, there's nothing limiting or stopping your potential. If you just want to learn more, that's okay too. On Thursday, every Thursday, we do a special talk. We did one on men's health last week, which was an amazing hit. We had some men share their amazing stories and testimonials. And this Thursday, we're going to be focusing on women. So I'm going to be focusing on women issues, pregnancy, and I'm going to share some information that a young nurse that I met at a retreat last week. She works in labor delivery, and she's going to share a little bit about some of the key nutrients that play a critical role in young moms, or even moms that are trying to get pregnant. So again, I just want to thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'll stop the recording and open up to any questions that you may have. So thank you again for joining us.